Station gang, welcome to another new installment of Ink and Insects, your weekly comic book highlight reel, where me and my brother E break down our favorites from Marvel, DC, Image, and the Indies. Though tonight it's all Image and the Indies, folks. That's right. No big two on the scoreboard, as it were, but we will be talking about some DC books for sure. But as always, I'm joined by my homie, 9 Panel Grid. E, what is up, my brother? How is your Wednesday going? How's your week?
Dude, this week's been crazy. It's been balls to the wall, just like no time for fluff, all business all the time. But I wouldn't have it any other way. It's exciting. Beautiful intro by you, talking indies. A wise woman once said, "Ain't nobody got time for that," and that's our opinion of the big two this week. And I'm excited to dive into these books.
Amen, absolutely. Yeah, real quick, shout out to the chat, man. We got some great people in the building already. Dr. War God in the building. What is up, man? Thanks for coming through. Good to see you. We got Bob in the building. Bobo, what up, bro? Good to see you. Bob said he went crazy, as you should, man.
Oh no.
Dude,
How crazy? How crazy did you go, though?
So many bangers I've read already this week, man. Been a fantastic week. Got the hardback TMNT inked 1 through 6. I love process books. Hell yeah. Bro.
Oh, dude. Yes.
That is gorgeous. Hell yeah. Where God said he got the Batman work in progress. Going to color it myself. I'm training to be a colorist. That's dope, dude.
Okay.
Good luck on that journey. That's beautiful. I agree with Bob. That book is gorgeous. Either way. Yeah. So yeah. That's awesome, dude. Looking forward to seeing those results. We got Pete in the building. What up, bro? Good to see you. Thank you for coming through. Rooster in the building. What up, man? We got all the homies in here. Hope everybody's doing well, having a good week, having a good Wednesday, good new comic book day. It is a good one. Real quick, before we get into, as it is the last week of voting, I think ends on the 11th. I just wanted to encourage everybody. Your boy is up for best informative content. The award over there at the CBC Awards this year. So blessed to be nominated. So, if you haven't already, head on over to cbcawards.org, cast a vote for your boy if you feel so inclined. I would really appreciate it. Again, it's an honor to be nominated. So many great people being nominated, so many great people associated with the the awards and everything to do. So shout out to Brian. Shout out to Hall. Yeah, I know Nate is going to have a big hand in hosting, I think, this year. Yep. Hopefully that'll happen. So I can't wait to see the show. Either way, win, lose, or draw. But would definitely appreciate y'all's vote if you feel so inclined. But shout out to all the other nominees. Robbie's nominated for a couple awards. So make sure you vote for the homie as well. But yeah, man, so many great people.
And if you need an ammunition, by the way, just let me go ahead and throw that out there. With Stu being, nominated for most informative content for comic books, I didn't know that Superman was a superhero before I met Stu. I didn't know the difference between a floppy, a trade paperback. I'd never heard the words collected edition before.
Blind bags.
Before meeting Stu, I had never opened a blind bag before meeting Stu. So, you do not get more informative than our man right here. So give him some love. Vote for this guy.
Brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it very much. But yeah. Anyway, shout out to
shut up. Move along.
Shout out to everybody involved again with the show. Can't wait to see their production. And cast that vote if you haven't already. All right, bro. Let's move on to the news, man. We are on the eve, the cusp of New York Comic-Con. About to kick off tomorrow. We already had some events going on today. Jim Lee, I saw, gave a great speech. I want to talk about that in a second. I saw just before we hopped on here, I was on Instagram. I saw Tessa is a nerd asking a great question to Todd McFarlane. So Todd said the one thing he still wants to do is direct a movie. I thought that'd be cool to see.
He'd been saying that for like a decade now, Todd.
I'm just saying, bro. Let's make it happen,
Todd.
I believe we can make it happen. Anybody can make it happen. It's Todd. So, yes. Yeah, man. But just I don't know. Hopes and expectations going into it. Is there anything particular you're on the lookout for? You're hoping to hear about, or you just I really have no expectations. I'm kind of going into this blind, just hoping we get some goodness.
I mean, first and foremost, I'm heartbroken that I'm not there. I'm heartbroken that you are not there, that Nick's not there. Not that we ever had any kind of plans to go there, but like, gosh darn it, I'm already feeling the itch to go back to a convention. Um, but let's talk about the news that actually did come out. It's hard, right? But Jim Lee was a keynote speaker, and they had their
Yes.
retail event today. Couple things that they discussed was that DC made the promise that absolutely zero, no AI would be used in the
I love
production
it.
of the artwork of DC Comics. That's a big win. That
Yeah.
is, while it shouldn't need to be said, it got said out loud. And if they follow through with that, which I don't know why they would say that if they didn't, that's big. That's a bigger deal than I think that a lot of people understand. And kudos to DC and Jim Lee for doing that. That is very appreciated. Todd McFarlane getting out there and talking to the people in the crowd, right? He is not a man for the stage. He's a man of the people, getting out there,
Indeed.
asking questions. Love that.
On brand.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
bringing that unique Todd energy that only Todd can bring. And I love one of the quotes that I heard from him today saying, like, out of a group of 11 guys, 10 people are more talented than me. The differentiating factor between me and them is that I'm not afraid to put my name out there. And I respect that dude so much. Like, and it's crazy. I don't read Spawn. I don't collect Spawn anymore. I don't read his books, but you just have to respect that dude, man. His energy, his bravado.
Always respected Spawn, and like Spawn's the type of title I don't collect, but it's like I have some earlier issues, and it's like, you know, anytime I see somebody who collects it or something like that, I get it. Like I understand. I understand it completely. You know what I mean? He's just he's one of those special people, man, that we're really, really lucky to have. And it's amazing how he's touched the industry in so many different facets. So I love, that's so dope that he was out there, like you said, amongst us common folk, like he always is. And the energy he in particular brings to conventions, I feel like every time is incredible. I don't know if it was, I want to say it was last year, and I don't know if it was New York or it was somewhere, but he had, you know, I don't know if we talked about this before, but he had a big like curtain piece of artwork, and it had all these different panels on it.
Yep.
With like his artwork, right? And in the end, they cut it up, and he signed it, and like he gave it away to fans, like either there or on Whatnot or something. It was just a brilliant idea, and I love how he makes, you know, he thinks in that fan's mindset. Like I feel like that's always been a gift to his. So like I don't know, man. He's just, I love seeing him, you know, at these conventions. I never feel like you get a bad moment from him when he's out at these cons. Like his love for the game is real and palpable. So it's beautiful to see.
It's like that energy when you go to see a concert and the lead singer dives out into the crowd and crowd surfs, right? And then they bring him back. That's the energy that Todd McFarlane brings to this kind of stuff, this nerdy hobby that we all enjoy. So I gotta respect it. But there's one other piece of news that I did see released. It's a smaller one, but the world's second favorite comic book related newsletter has died, but like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Zdarsky News is no more, but Comics, the magazine, is now coming out again. Ink and Insights, the newsletter, is still going to be there. Don't worry, your number one favorite resource for all of these quarterly news comic updates will still be here, but it's okay to have a number two. It's okay to have competition. So Zdarsky and a crew of individuals are coming out with Comics, the magazine. So that was really cool to see. We all kind of yearn for those days of Wizard Mag or something like that. And it's cool to see something else cropping up. I feel like this is going to be really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Our boy Jorge Fornes got announced to do he's doing Zorro comics with Howard Chaykin. Did you see that?
I did not.
From Alien Books. I've never heard of Alien Books before.
So Alien Books is a I can't remember now. They were either a subsidy of Humanoids or Valiant Comics. One of the two, and I can't remember which one it is.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. That's wild. I'm looking forward to that.
You're gonna find me picking up a Zorro book now. So who would have thought?
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, sorry. Sticking to the script on New York Comic Con. Marvel did announce their Ultimate Universe is going to end in April 2026. Any thoughts on that?
I think I think that's a marketing ploy. Come on. You don't kill off your cash cow, right? You take it
I
out there,
know, like
yeah,
they got such a great thing going.
take it out there to meet a big bad bull, and then you got a whole thing of livestock. Come on, like you don't kill that thing off.
Yeah. Ultimate Endgame though is coming with Dennis Camp writing, which I'm hyped about.
Hmm.
I just Jonas Scharf and Terry Dodson doing artwork. I mean, that's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, the Dotsons are like a well-known name, but Jonas Scharf, he's the one that did the 1 year in special. He did some work in Conan that was really good. Exciting, probably not new name, right? But like new to me at least. Like it's an exciting newer name to keep an eye open for.
For sure. Yeah. But other than them announcing another new Moon Knight series, which I don't think is any surprise there. How many Moon Knight
I
series
saw
are
that
there?
too. Yeah, written by who?
Jed McKay. Jed
Get
McKay.
out of here!
Once
What?
again.
No.
Once again. Yeah, shocker. But shout out to Jed, man. He's really from what I hear, Robbie, I think is one of the few people I know who's still reading the City of the Dead on a regular basis, and he still seems to enjoy it or think it's pretty solid for the most part. So, I got to shout out Jed. Jed's been, I think he's been doing okay with the cards he's been dealt. Some of these books didn't work, but I just think he put way too much. They had way too much on his plate. I think
He's
at one
like one
time.
of 4 people that are holding Marvel on their shoulders. So like,
Dude,
yeah, I'll give
crazy,
him credit for that.
crazy amount of work.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Omega in the building. What up, brother? Good to see
What
you,
up?
man. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming through. Dr. Wargod says Todd is very much like Stanley in that way. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think that's a great call. He absolutely is a man of the people. Question for the room: what is the sane number of pulls per week? I had 14 this week. Need to cut it down.
Oh,
Man,
that's a lot.
that is a ton, bro. I don't know, man. You got to find that balance.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
different for every different person. Me and Nick were talking about this a little bit yesterday, right? And if I'm being honest, for the books that I feel like are essential, that I really find a big bad level of enjoyment for, I could narrow my pull list down to 5 per week very easily, right? Maybe between 4 to 6, right? It's somewhere within that
I
range.
think that's a great number.
Yeah, because there's some of them that like it's just going to be more enjoyable in trade, or there's some of
Honestly,
them
some weeks it's even less than that for me.
it can
Some
be.
weeks it's like 3 or
Yeah,
2. So
and alternatively, there's some of those books too. Like I don't I don't think I would miss reading Batman and Robin year one month over month. I really, really would. And I know that. I also know without a shadow of a doubt, I knew after issue number 1 that I would buy the collected edition, though. So there's an avenue where I could put a
absolutely.
good book on the back burner, knowing that I was going to get this really nice edition later on. So there's considerations to be made. Unless it's power fantasy, in which case you leave that on your pull list. No ifs, ands, or buts. It needs to
So
stay on.
read Power Fantasy, you guys. Number 12 is incredible. Making
Yes.
a fresh ink about that one this week. Can't wait. Yeah.
Give it to me.
Dude, incredible issue, incredible series. So thank you for putting me onto that one, bro. I got you to thank. Bob says I usually go with 5 to 6 a week, then 5 to 10 things to catch my eye in the dollar bins.
Okay.
Bob, I'm with you, brother. The back issues is where your boy gets in trouble.
Yeah.
That's where I get in trouble. Yep. But sometimes once a month or so, I blow through that budget. If the kids can eat, it is all good. Amen to that, man. Taking care of what you do to take care of, and amen to you. Yeah, Omega says some weeks are bigger than others. 16 this week. Y'all are going
Omega.
crazy.
How many of those were DCKO blind bags? If you say 15, we're gonna have words. We're gonna have words, brother.
Yeah, War Guys was thinking 4 to 6. Yeah. I am a sucker for painted comics as well, Rooster, for sure. Like,
Dude,
Alex
go ahead,
Ross, Assad Ribic, I see those guys, that style. I get in trouble, and I don't know. I feel like they're all over the place these days. Mark Spears, I think, is trying to be that. Mark Spears is not that for me, but I feel like he's in.
He is that for a lot of people, though.
Yeah, he's like a poor man's Alex Ross to me.
Well, it's funny because just before jumping on stream, I was reading, a couple comics, and they, a couple of them were hand painted, or at least had that painterly quality. So I totally feel you. I know exactly what you're talking about because I saw it, and that was my first thought. I was like, "Ooh, that looks nice. I like that."
Yeah, it is, man. I don't know. It's wild how what it appeases to you. That's like sometimes I wonder like my love for aesthetics and art and the way certain things affect me. Like what part of it is genetic? What part of me has seen something? But seriously, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
Like what part of me has seen something before in a past lifetime through an ancestor or something like that, and the bloodline, and I don't know. It's just I always wonder that, like why I'm so affected by certain things, just sometimes right off the bat, immediately. So I don't know. I think that it's cool in that way because those guys always remind me of the old masters. The old like Rembrandts and the way like some of these guys do their lighting. Using some of those old techniques. Like it feels like Caravaggio or something. It's amazing.
Makes me wonder what our brother Nick was doing in past lives here with all these Jenny Frison covers that he's picking up, though.
Oh, Nick was a freak in a past life, that's for sure.
Little dicey.
Or maybe this life. Rogue in the building. Rogue, what up, brother? Good to see you. Hell yeah. I hope you're having a good Wednesday, man. Thanks for coming through. Omega says I flipped through DCKO but didn't get it, even though that Daniel Warren Johnson cover is pretty sick. Hell yeah. Covers amazing.
Kudos to the self-control. Love it.
Yeah. Fun book.
Keep
Very
those
fun book.
Books in the bags.
Pete says he really liked it. I was like, I was a little worried about how I feel about it because it's, I'm really like lukewarm on the event stuff, but I thought they did a good job. Oh yeah. All right. Anything else you want to talk about news-wise, bud?
Oh, we were going to talk about expectations for New York Comic Con, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Anything Image related. I want to know kind of like the future plans of Image because there's so many great creators that are going to be putting out awesome books. So like we already know a couple things that are coming out this year, but dude, if you could build up some hype for next year, like give it to me. I'm ready for that. But the big mystery for me is what is Vertigo? What is Vertigo going to be now? Because we know some of the names attached. We know, there's some things that have leaked already. We know who's going to be on the panel tomorrow. And I am going to be, my eyes are going to be glued to social media. Probably like Heidi McDonald from The Beat.
Till it starts blowing up. It's gonna
be dude, as soon as I start hearing things, I'm just gonna melt from excitement.
See, I'm gonna be at work and like I'm not gonna be able to like really get to anything till like 2:30, but like 3:00 when I get home, like I can't wait to get that deluge of just like what yes.
You act like I'm not gonna be texting you like
I'm gonna try to check. I'm gonna try to check before lunch kicks off. But yeah, dude, if I can, hopefully we'll get some good stuff before like 11.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait, man. It's gonna be fun weekend. Always excited. New York is one I really wish I could. It's one of the ones I legit would love to go to. Yes. San Diego's a little bloated for me. I'd still love to experience it just once, like probably just only once. But I'd feel like I would like to do it once. But like New York just seems like a cool amalgam of everything. It feels like they have a good balance to what they offer.
Dude, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say it feels more balanced than San Diego. San Diego seems like it is of its area, which is more Hollywood, SoCal kind of vibes. And like, give me the comics, give me the creators, all the Hollywood crap, like whatever. Like I have no time for Hall H. I don't care about that stuff. Like you give me a sit down with some creator though, like yes.
Please. Yeah, it seems like they have some great panels. Yeah, they're at that con. Yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, I'd love to make it there one year. Meet the Comic Pop gang would be dope. Huge fans of those guys. Been they helped me get back into the hobby during COVID. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. Mate Fable, the whole gang, Herm, be awesome.
The whole NY crew. Yep.
One day soon. All right, brother. Before we get into our 3 featured books for the evening, we had a killer roundup of other books to talk about. Any of these you want to just take the ball and run with off the start that you really loved and enjoyed?
You know what? I give this person enough crap, and I got to give them love when the time is right. And the time is right because Department of Truth Zero was
Yeah,
really, really good, man. It was the reintroduction. It was kind of walking back into that main plot line with our main players, but also kind of kicking off the next story arc and what it means for the Department of Truth and our, our two people that were tied into them that are kind of like going adjacent, kind of working against the department, even though we also have this other faction over here, everyone trying to mess with society and try to get their thought patterns and minds kind of aligned with their needs and wants. Really, really cool stuff. Martin Simmons was back on artwork. That really helped. I liked Leticia Cardenisi when she was on there, but it definitely felt tonally out of pace with everything else that's happened in this book. It was just different. So Martin Simmons being back totally worked for me. Plus, they get to play with Elvis Presley, right? In the same way that they did with Marilyn Monroe previously, kind of taking that cultural icon idea and saying, like, ideas are not just creating these thought patterns that create realities, but they're creating personas and people who don't understand that they are nothing more than ideas. Such cool ideas being played with. Department of Truth still rocks, man. It's crazy.
So have you've been reading all the issues up to this point? Like, you haven't taken a break on anything?
No, I did take a break after, I think it was like issue 12 with the Bigfoot one, and I feel like that was everyone's out because that was a really difficult issue to get through. And a light week came about, and I picked it back up, and I was like, "Oh, this is rocking again. This feels like the first 6 issues again." Picked it right back up, played catch up. I'm on the wagon again, and I'm giving it more good grace now. So if there's something that comes up, it's not going to be dropped so easily.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna have to check it back out then. It's
Yeah.
been, I think it's been, I was collecting and reading it through trades, and I got the first 3. I have the Bigfoot one. Is that 2 or the second or third trade?
I don't know. I have the collected edition, so it's at the tail end of that first big hardcover, though.
Yeah, I think they should do different arcs with when Simmons is off and needs a break. You know what I mean? Just go a whole arc with another artist.
They did.
Is that what they're doing?
Yes.
And it didn't work out. Like,
I mean, maybe it was more effective than it would have been otherwise, but I feel like
were some issues better than others, or not even?
the arc was just a little bit tired. Like, I mean, it wasn't just the artist. In fact, I would say that it wasn't the artist at all. It was different, but the storyline itself was a little bit It was removed.
How many issues did they give? How many issues was the
I mean, it was like a trade worth. It was like 6 issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Simmons' style is incredible. I wonder, his pace seems pretty solid, honestly. Like, he puts out I feel like a good volume of work. So
yeah,
I have to get back on that one, dude. While we're down on the bottom row, Absolute Evil. Talk to me. How are we feeling? But I liked, my favorite part was Absolute Hawkman. I thought that character was bad, particularly like, it was cool, like the Red Scare or whatever, a little bit, that little page, but like the modern look to him, all wrapped up. I don't know, something about it I dug. How did you feel?
I mean,
and they took our boy out, man.
Yeah, that
what
the
hell was that about? Yeah, it wasn't called for.
No, but apologies to all Hawkman fans ahead of time. If Absolute Hawkman is the highlight of your event book, you might be doing it wrong. This book really did not do all that much for me. The big twist was fine. It was okay. It didn't do very much for me, man. I'm struggling to try to. I'm looking for some kind of positivity. The artwork was good.
What's the purpose of this one? Like, what are we trying to establish here?
Some oohs and ahs.
The Cabal, like,
yeah. It's like, oh.
Okay.
The bad guys are teaming up, and I still don't know why the hell they're teaming up, by the way. And I read the issue.
It did honestly, it took away some of the mystique of like the Joker character from Absolute Batman and Roz. Like, it just didn't, I don't know. It wasn't, I like Roz over there and Superman just kind of doing his own thing. Let him be that brutal, dude over there. I feel like here is kind of diluting the character.
And a lot of these villainous characters too, they have the bravado and the ego to where it's like, a team up feels so unnatural, and it doesn't do anything to speak towards that and explain it away. Do something, right, to like make me feel satisfied about it. Like, come on, Ra's al Ghul is not going to do a team up, right? Unless it is some kind of machination of his own. He's kind of like a Doctor Doom type of character. Like, he's going to be proud. He has like plans and plots and stuff like that. He is not going to like bow down to the whim of anyone else, right? So to team up feels weird.
It does. So going into that, how are you feeling about Absolute Superman, man? I'm still, really enjoying this, man. I think this book has really been going strong here, in its second and third wind, as it were. But I think extremely underrated book, but continues to sing. And I love when we get Sandoval, but that doesn't always happen. But I think they've done a really good job with the fill-in artists here, and I just love all the characterizations from Brainiac to Roz to, like we were talking about. I think it's been great.
Yeah, this issue, in my opinion, is probably like one of the best. I'd put it in the top 3. I'm almost at the point where I want to say it's the best issue of the series so far. Like, we get the most personification of Kal-El in this book. We start to feel like who this person is, because for so long it's been, he helps a group of underprivileged people and then pieces out, right? And it's like, okay, cool. So he's a good person, but other than that, he just seems like broody, and that's it. We don't get any time with him in this issue. Oh, and then he gets tortured. So it's just like, broody dude does nothing, gets tortured, and all of a sudden it's like, boom, okay, now we start to get this character. We start to feel his motivations, his tics, like what kind of things are going to trigger him. Like, it all kind of comes full circle in this issue, and we start to really get the character that we're supposed to be following. You kind of need that, and it took arguably a little bit too long, but it's here now, and I'm just going to take it for what it's worth. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I like how this one kind of like made him scary a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, I kind of like how we kind of brought the brought the fear front and center. But so what's your absolute rankings? Now that we're heading into the home stretch here for 2025.
I don't think my rankings have changed at all. In fact, I think from the jump, my feelings have remained like, okay, feelings have changed. Like, I feel like there are books that I've started to enjoy more, but everything's kind of keeping pace. So for me, it's still Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman. I want to throw Absolute Martian Manhunter in the mix somewhere, but it's also like, it feels like a limited series. It doesn't feel like, we already know it's not going to go on forever. So like, it's cool, but it feels so intrinsically different than the other ones. Like, I almost feel like
disrespectful.
Well, dude,
throw it in there.
It feels like we're comparing a chicken pot pie to like a pumpkin pie, right? Like,
that's what I love about it, though. Yeah,
but they're different. You can't say one is better than the other, because like, they're just not the same. Martian Manhunter lives somewhere.
I'm surprised Batman hasn't climbed up to number 2, though. I thought he would have climbed up to number 2 for you.
It's climbed up, but again, like I just talked about, Superman, this is arguably my favorite issue of the series. So like, how am I supposed to say that they're not, keeping pace? They're both increasing. They haven't reached Absolute Wonder Woman, like, not by a long shot, but both of those are keeping pace. Like, it might get to the point where they're interchangeable, but we're not there yet.
All right, fair enough.
In fact, I refuse to say that Absolute Batman will ever overcome Absolute Superman until you agree that Marcos Martin was the second best artist for that book.
No, that was Clayman. Clayman did a better job than Marcos.
Okay, and that is why Absolute Superman remains in the number 2 spot. You did this to yourself.
What you can't. This isn't how comic opinions work. You can't hold them hostage until other people agree with your views.
Opinions are subjective, and I'm going to hold my subjective opinion until the time where I deem it to be.
That's your loss, sir. That's your loss.
Okay.
Let's get to the chat. Some educated people. How we doing? Pete says my shop switched over to League of Comic Geeks after using Comic Hub for about 2 months. The service from them was horrible. League is so much better. Yes, League rules.
That is so interesting, because Comic Hub, I feel like once COVID hit, man, there were so many shops that transitioned over to them. It's interesting to hear that it was a bad experience, man. Like, it sucks to hear that, but hopefully League is going to do you good.
That's awesome. Awesome to hear that. Started off on the right foot.
Yeah.
Bob says Absolute Evil was all sizzle and no steak. Preach, brother. Preach.
That's what I'm
Well
saying.
Said. Well said. Omega says, I like the expansion of Veronica Cale's role, but it was a hard issue to be excited for. Yep.
Yeah.
Bob says, I jumped back into Absolute Superman issue 11 on the app, and I liked it. Maybe a touch similar in plot and structure to Absolute Batman Bane, but it works. It does, man.
They do parallel each other quite a bit.
Yeah. But I just love Brainiac and Soups and Roz. Like great bad guys in both that and Batman.
Yeah.
Fizzo, what up, bro? Good to see you. Says Absolute Superman was great, and I'm so happy Rook is back. Same, man. It was great to see Rook back on the shelf. Straight up. Love that book.
Yep.
Bob says Dragota's my number 1, Sherman number 2, Dennis Camp number 3, absolute rating. I love it. Respect it. Definitely. You can put Martian Manhunter in there for sure. No problem.
Y'all like your chicken pot pie. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't know, man. I like Absolute Batman. I think it's like a tie between that and Manhunter for number 1, honestly. And then
wow.
Yeah, I love Batman, dude. Absolute Batman.
I know you do.
It's just been such a great Absolute Batman number 12 was just like one of the best issues of the year, I think. To me, that was just great. Just such a great issue. That's what we do it for, man. So
I don't disagree, man. That was a banger.
Yeah. He said they've had some really, really strong shocking issues in the arc the Abomination arc. So yeah, it's been fun to experience.
Yep.
Pete says Absolute Bats number 1 over Absolute Bats over Absolute Soups. Absolutely.
It's okay. Like I said, opinions are subjective. It's fine. It's okay.
Absolute Custodian is what put me into Superman. What's Absolute Custodian?
Come on, dude. That's a Brainiac, man. He was the freaking janitor.
Oh yeah.
The most maniacal janitor. That makes me think twice about what those dudes were doing in school afterwards, man, where they were cleaning up the hallways, man. Are they secretly out there torturing superheroes? I'm not going to say that they are or aren't, but I will never look at a janitor the same way.
I love how he's different than like all the other ones. Like any other iteration we've seen before, like when he was trying to find out information about Kal-El and he tapped into the Brainiac network. And he was like requesting, information on the planet Krypton, and he got what they needed. And they were like, "Yo, by the way, who is this?" Like, and they started to try to like track it down and like, trace his transmission. And he was like, "Oh, thanks, bye." And he's like, I just love how he's like, an abomination, in absolute terms. Like,
and I like that there was allusions to that was the DC Prime or DC proper iteration of Brainiac as well that he was kind of converging with too. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's been incredible. So yeah, some great big bads in both those books. And Absolute Wonder Woman, dude, like the Maze arc I think was great. It's like definitely like my least favorite of the 3, I guess, arcs that we've gotten so far, but regardless, I still think this that story is just like still going so strong and amazingly consistent. It's incredible. So yeah, I do want to see more Sherman Batman after Dark Patterns is over, though, man. I really enjoy Hayden on Batman.
Well, and we talked about it. They revealed that they're working on another Bat project. So we don't know what it is. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. Who is they? Is it just Hayden and Dan again?
Hayden is the only
just
person.
Hayden. Okay.
Well, yeah, and I don't know if they're going to be writing and drawing or just drawing. One way or another, Hayden is going to be on art duties for sure.
All right, good to hear. Hell yeah. Absolute Harley, Absolute Constantine. Ooh, Absolute Constantine would be great. Oh yeah.
Well, what would the difference be? Is he just gonna be like this nice guy? Is he just gonna be like, oh shucks?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
He was a nice fella. Batman, speaking of Batman, dude, Batman number 2 was incredible. I love the story told through the, Tim Drake learning to drive a manual transmission. I thought it was so well done.
Oh, yeah.
Again, we get more building of the Bat tech. I love all the Bat tech stuff, man. I'm here for it. It works for me. But yeah, and Jimenez, I really like, what he did in this issue. I thought it was incredible with like the bright, almost like manga like feel of the interaction between like Tim and Bruce and Damien and all that when they're out there with the truck, and then like the way he did the action, especially like doing some of those sequences inside the truck with Robin, and was just fantastic, dude. And I thought like the part where he's vaulting up in between the fire escapes, and I don't know, I just love his kinetic energy. It's such a great fit for this title. So what did you think about Batman #2, bro?
Yeah, like, I mean, to speak to what you were just saying here, I mean, there's a reason that he was drawing for James Tynion and then Chip Zdarsky and now Matt Fraction. It's because he has a really, really great understanding for the Bat family, the city that is Gotham City, the world that they're building. Like, I mean, he's really cementing himself as, we talk about, usually we say like, oh, the Claremont run or something like that. And we tap a writer to be like, oh, it was their time on the book. Like, we're beyond that at this point. I feel like this is the, writer be damned. This is the Jimenez run. And I'm going to call it that from here on out. And that's what he's bringing to this book. I'm a big fan of Tim Drake. He's arguably Damian keeps creeping up the rankings too, but I think that Tim Drake remains my favorite Robin. So I loved this issue. It was a lot of character building. It was a lot of backstory that we get. And I love the ping-ponging game that you get where, we're in the present day and it kind of builds up to this event, and then boom, we're back in the past, and it kind of spells out why things are playing out that way, at least from a motivational standpoint. I just love the way that Fraction laid that out. But again, this is about Jimenez, and Jimenez draws the heck out of this book.
Hell yeah, dude! That one scene when like Batman's, it's that like big stoic Batman shot. He's like standing there and he's holding like the bat spikes, and his cape's flowing in the wind. I'm like, man, that's an all timer right there. Like, that is some beautiful artwork. And like every issue, we're getting one of those. And I love his Tim Drake and like the way they color that. It's so well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Return of Rook, man. I was so happy to have this book back. We were still on the quest to, travel the planet and get all these animal masters together, right? These what is their official names?
Well, they're wardens, but I kind of like animal
wardens.
One might say a beast master too.
Warden is so lame. They should have come up with a better name for these folks. I think like Beastmaster works for me, bro. That's pretty.
Well, yeah,
you're the only Beastmaster I can trust. It sounds so much better. So much better. But yeah, so they're trying to unite the wardens and connect them all to Carapace, the turtle warden who has they have the network that they're going to do it through, and they're on that quest. Obviously, Ursal, the ultimate Beastmaster, we'll call him.
Okay, all right.
there can only be one. Has been sent by the company to reclaim all this tech, from this dead and dying planet, or this planet that's, I guess, reverting back to its natural self, or whatever its natural self is going to be after, these humans have made their impact upon it. But we get some furthering of the Warden lore. We get some more additions. What did you think about this one and the relation to Direwolf and all that good stuff? What did you think about the Return of Rook, dude? Did it work for you?
As far as like a comic reading experience, I really enjoyed this, and I think that Jeff Johns did a great job. Was it a pivotal, life-changing experience of an issue? No, it wasn't, but it did what it was supposed to do. This we took a break, right? This is us getting back into the game, and what does it do? It does a great job at refreshing you, telling you the stakes, the world, the players, and it does it really quick. It says, okay, here's what you need to know, new readers, if you haven't been playing, along for the ride, and if you need that refresher, here's all the information you need. On top of that, then it spells out, hey, what are we going to do now, right? What are we building towards? So it was a really effective reintroduction kind of issue to get us back on the same page and get the plot moving forward. But we had the two characters, right? So we had Direwolf's father, who has gone completely berserk. He's been living in that mask a little bit too long. But we also get the deer character, the stag, right? I don't think that they had been introduced previously. Am I incorrect on that?
No, I think you're right. That was cool how they had the sword too.
Yeah, it was a pretty badass looking character, and again, like I remember when this book was first announced and we got the first issue, I was just like, this is so cheesy. This is Power Rangers, and it is, but also it's awesome. It really, really works. But then we get the villainous stuff as well, and it really makes me think. What was this company thinking, giving helmets to people to do all of these, to control all of these things? Nobody needed. It's been a week. We could spoil things, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody needs to control spiders with a mask. Let me just go ahead and say that and make sure that it's implicit, loud and clear. Nobody needs to control spiders with a mask. Period. Full stop. Don't do that. That's creepy and nobody likes you. Why would a company hire someone to do that? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I just want to know what was the psychological workup on some of these people before we just handed these masks over, man. You know what I mean? Like some of these people,
Not much.
It's like, hold on, where'd you get this guy?
He's breathing and above ground. Give that man a mask.
For real. That and Jeff Johns, it seems like has a thing for hot women who have gray hair. Between this and Ash Arden and Geiger, it's like, oh, another hot woman with gray hair is was the stag lady, right? Wasn't that so it's like
he was
cool.
Partying with Nick in a previous.
I thought about Ash Arden immediately from Geiger though when she took off her helmet. I'm like, all right, Jeff's got a type.
He does.
But yeah, successful return. Can't wait to see where it goes. Babbitt rules. Incredible line work.
Yes.
I mean, that guy's line work is so clean, dude. It's amazing. Last but most certainly not least, Good Devils. What was the second part of this title? I forget.
Good Devils don't play fair with evil.
There you go.
Yes.
So a collection of David Brothers and Nick Dragotta's work together, kind of a couple of different short stories. One which has been previously published in the back of Newburn, right?
I think they've all been previously published, but just in different places. And that was kind of the cool thing, is it was like the culmination of all those.
But dude, I love this one. I particularly loved the last story. That was my favorite. I did love the story of the boxer kind of like ascending to heaven, wanting to fight Samson, take on the biggest bad. That was incredible. But I wanted more of that story there at the end about that kid and, just how his day just turned into a hellish nightmare that seemed to just spiral and spiral and spiral. That one I was really interested in. I wanted to read more of. So I hope these two continue to work together. But this was like a book that I had no idea was kind of coming until these two showed up on Off Panel a couple weeks ago. Incredible interview, by the way, if you guys check it out. Nick Dragotta is just so refreshingly
honest,
like blunt. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just like, it's awesome to hear and maybe like really have a whole nother level of respect for the guy. He just seems like a really really cool individual and man, a hard worker. Like, you know what I mean? I think he's got to be to pull off the things he's doing an absolute Batman. So, but yeah, this is basically like, one buddy nudging another to make a story together, and that's what happened. And man, I loved it, dude. How did you feel? How did you feel about this collection?
All right, I'll do the cheesy thing. Good Devils? Nay, I say Great Devils. This was an awesome issue, man. It was super fun, and yeah, you hit the nail on the head, because listening to that off-panel interview gave me a greater appreciation for it, because it was kind of fun listening to Dragotta kind of egg David Brothers on and be like, dude, you can tell a story, write something. If you write something, I will draw it. And he seemed very Well, we know that it happened, obviously, right? But he seemed very sincere in that notion. It's like, I have people that I know in the industry, and I keep telling them, write something, I'll draw it, right? And I'm like, it's hard not to take him at face value, man. Like, it was just
Yeah,
like, holy crap. Nick, can we be friends? I will write something for you. I promise you, I will write it. Like, please just draw me pretty pictures. But
yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah. But for me, it was so I had already read the last story, which was in the New Burn issues, the back of the New Burn issues. So I had an understanding and I knew what I was getting with that. The first two I had not though, and I got to say that first storyline, seeing the scans of the original pages, like it just did something for me, and that was my favorite solely for that reason, right? That's what like tipped the scales a little bit, because I just loved seeing like the rawness of those pages in the story that was being told. Like you could see how there was like an elevation of the zipatone that was being used on the scan that was that was on there. It's like, ah man, I like we got a chance to meet him at Heroes, but we
It was
didn't get a
very
chance.
cool. I love the format of the book. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
bound, kind of like prestige format. Like it was, and yeah, like you said, like kind of like some rough behind the scenes type stuff. It was great.
yeah, exactly. And I just wish that we got to see some of this artwork in person. Like we didn't
I
have that
know.
opportunity. Felix is they're a little stingy showing that stuff off when they're at the con, and that's okay. I get it. You know, you don't have to show it off, but you know, for the Ink and
Yeah, and
Insights guys, come on.
you're only gonna have like the hottest book in the world once. You know what I mean? So like you got to take. I'm not even mad at him. Seriously, you got to take advantage of the. You got to
Oh
take
yeah,
advantage of the wave while you got it, because who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. So,
yeah, no kidding.
all right, man. Well, we spent plenty of time on those other books. Let's get into our feature books of the evening, starting with a Halloween anthology, a book that kind of came out of left field for all of us, but was such a joy to read. Had so much incredible artwork. I love a good horror / Halloween anthology. This one delivered. Was really blown away by it. DC's Zatannic Panic, dude. This one was awesome.
Who saw this coming?
Right?
Not
So,
me.
a favorite story / art in this one, man. Well, first let's go through real quick, just so we can talk to the people. I think I included a slide from every story here. First off, great little Zatanna story with some incredible art by John McCrea, which really did it for me. Um, After that, we had one of the strong. I see. Hold on, I need to get these people's. I need to get my credits right. Let me get my league up, guys. Give me one sec.
Yeah, you're gonna have a credits page that's like this long.
Yeah, right. Where is it? Where is it? Okay.
Yeah. Well, you pull that up here. I'll kind of talk about. Well,
Yeah.
here
Sorry.
while you pull that up here, let me get caught up on the chat, because I know we've had a couple of things that have been popping off here. Let's see here. Pete saying, I've only heard good things about the Matt Fraction, so I'm really excited to see where this goes. Yes, Fraction deserves attention. Like the dude just doesn't put out bad comics, so that should get you excited, even though Batman is arguably an oversaturated property.
No, that's not true. Batman is not
Arguably,
He's
arguably.
not. He is not oversaturated whatsoever.
We have Bob saying Absolute Batman versus Absolute Elmer Fudd is no joke. Listen, it worked in DC proper. Why not get an absolute version? Let's see what that's all about here. Let's see here. Bob saying Good Devils. I hope we get more of it. Anything boxing is tops me. I love that boxing story, man. That was so. I love the fact that he dies and like doesn't want to take the gloves off. He's just like, no, like we're fighting now.
Yeah, he immediately gets up and is like ready to go back at it. That was wild.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Dark Physos in lol the spider mask. Yes, absolutely. Like creepy. No, don't do that. All right. Are you caught up? Are you good?
I am. I got my credits.
Let's do it.
All right, next up, this is Batman and Ouroboros. This one was written by Roberto Recchioni. The art, though, here, Luigi Cavenago. Pardon me, Luigi, for butchering your last name.
Come on, say it with confidence.
Cavenago, probably. Cavenago, I'm going to go with.
Love it.
Dude, this one blew me away. The artwork in this one was, I think, some of my favorite in the issue. A crazy little Batman story that begins the way it ends, hence the title Ouroboros. There's, this cult with a snake, eating its own tail type deal as a symbol, and this ancient bat protector, and Batman in charge of his own choices, or is he at the whims and the mercy and the fates of others type deal? What did you think about this one, dude? This one was one of my favorites.
It was a perfect
So
story for this format, right? Because you get to tell a story that is silent, right? But you also get to tell a tale that it would be very difficult to do in a full issue like comic book. Ram V has done it, and I think he did a really good job at it. But it's a palindrome, right? So it starts the same way that it ends, and it has that meeting point in the middle. And man, the artwork on this was absolutely stellar. It was the star of the show. Like you were asking originally, what was your favorite thing? This is a contender, if not the top spot here. I'll save it till the very end to say what my real one is, but this is in contention without a shadow of a doubt.
Absolutely, brother. After that, though, not to be sneezed at, we had another killer story from the excuse me, 1 second. The Moon is Following Us creative team. Daniel Warren Johnson writing, Riley Rossmo on art, fun size bars. This one about parents who can't pull themselves away from the horrors of the nightly news, and the kids that go out trick or treating and get sucked up by Plastic Man into this giant kaiju to fight this monster that ends up being this tiny little imp in the end. But dude, crazy ass story. Especially, I think Riley's artwork is perfect for a Plastic Man type wild ass story. I like this is, and Daniel Warren Johnson, of course, really found a way to make it connect and have heart, have that emotion that you want from him just within a few pages. It was quite impressive. I think when you talk about the stories that really made an impact when it comes to like writing and on the story side, I think this one was number one for me.
Dude, this one, okay. As far as eliciting a reaction out of me, yes, this one absolutely did, because it made me go like Plastic Man, no. Like my eyes got wide when he starts absorbing the children. I'm like, oh, this is going to a really dark place, and I don't think I'm ready for. I was just like, oh, thank God it's a team up, just a really weird, gross team up.
So true.
But also, let's give credit where credit's due for D-Dubs. Great writer, love his artwork, and he's able to play on emotional heartstrings in a really great way. This is the first time that I feel like he was playing with ideas that are very resonant right now, though. It's very of its time and in this moment, because I feel like most of us, if not all of us that are parents or maybe just adults, right? Maybe not even just parents, but we're kind of glued to what is happening, the landscape of our environment, particularly here in the United States as well. So this was a cool look at, I don't know, the fact that we got to be conscious of what we're doing and how it could impact, those around us, right? Yeah. So it was a cool message behind it too.
Absolutely. Dude, I know you were a fan of this one. This one had your boy in it. What's his name? The Mike Rell creation.
Yeah. And not I had my no idea.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I knew.
Well, it was because you knew who the character was and I didn't, so I automatically assumed you're an expert on it.
Yeah, no, I have no history with this character. I just knew that they existed. I knew kind of like the creators who were responsible for it. I had so much fun with this story. It just it hit me in the same way that the most fun issues of Conan hit me, which was like, dude, just give me a fun story with action, adventure, excitement, wizardry, right? Something fantastical. Mm-hmm. It just delivered on all those ideas. And I always like a fantastical tale that stops with a riddle or a test of one's willpower. I love that kind of stuff, man. That just does it for me, right? Regardless of the quality of the story. Not to say that this is bad by any means, but I'm just saying I will love a really bad story that uses those tropes. It just did it for me, man. I was like, dude, do I want to go back and read Warlord? Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe I do.
It was fun. Great artwork. So that one was written by Alex Gaylor and art by Daniel Bayless. So yeah, shout out to that team. That one's called In Your Eyes. That one was really fun. Like you said, great mix of fantasy and it had a little bit of everything in there. That one was a blast. Up
You think
next
that's a
is
Peter Gabriel shout out, just out of curiosity?
I don't. What do you mean?
In Your Eyes? Really? You don't know John
Oh,
Cusack holding up the freaking
yes,
boombox?
yes. In your the light, the heat.
Your eyes. Yes, exactly. I don't want. We're not going to get kicked off of YouTube here for singing too long, but you all know it. Sing along in the chat.
What's that Peter Gabriel joint like? Sledgehammer.
The bass line on Sledgehammer is all timer. It's one of the best. Oh, am I going to listen to that after the show? Maybe.
Yeah. Shout out Peter Gabriel.
Welcome to the Peter Gabriel cast.
Dude, this next one was one of my favorites. The Etrigan story about this other demon coming for the crown of hell. This one was incredible.
Really?
You talk about painted artwork? Yeah, really. What do you mean? You're surprised?
There have been times where you've talked a little bit of smack about Etrigan the demon. You've talked a little bit of smack.
Have I?
Oh yes, you have.
Oh. Well, the rhyming thing can get old quick, and if it doesn't,
and
work,
that
it doesn't work.
Thus is the smack that was talked. Yes, exactly.
Well, dude, I had to deal with him in what was it? Batman Damned. Brian Azzarello turned into like a rapper. Do you remember that?
That's a bit much. No, I didn't know.
Batman was like in a club and he was like on stage and he started rapping to him and shit. And it was like, this is the corniest shit ever.
Yeah, no. Give me Kirby Etrigan and I'll be happy.
Yeah. I don't know. It just felt like I don't know. Failed attempt to make it modern. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That doesn't sound like it would work in any facet whatsoever.
But talk about painted artwork. I love this one, man. This one was incredible. Yeah, like I said, a demon coming for the crown of hell or whatever, and he ends up kind of giving it to her, but the last laugh is on her because she's got a whole bunch of other demons who want that same crown now after her, and they're going to torment her and haunt her for all her days. So Etrigan's able to get the last laugh, as it were, as he lets us know in a hilarious couplet, of course. But dude, real quick, hold on, let me get this artist. So Cavan Scott wrote this one. The guy who's done a bunch of Star Wars, has some acclaim for some Star Wars books he's written.
Oh yeah, he's been big on the Star Wars recently. He did a couple Vault series back in the day too. Like there was like MI666. That I'm not sure if that was the organization or the name of the comic, but yeah, it was like a Secret Service kind of thing, but with a supernatural twist.
Yeah, he did like a random book about it was like a ghost ship. They were transporting ghosts in this ectoplasm, and it got out of hand. And it was like last year or something. It was an indie book that he wrote that I was just like randomly read and enjoyed. I don't know. I do that sometimes with like the horror indie stuff, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but let's be honest. If you're transporting ectoplasm, things are going to get out of hand. Like you should be signing off on a.
They had all these like they could they had all these different containment cells for these different ones, and it was like they got loose, and there's this corporation trying to manage the situation horribly, and it was pretty cool. I remember enjoying it. Yeah, I'll have to remember the name at some point in time. But yeah, Kevin Scott, I'm sorry, I forgot to give the artist Don Aguillo, art and color. Incredible job.
Yeah, good stuff.
Incredible work done. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Dude, this Raven story was great. I felt like this one would have been great for my daughter back in the day. This reminded me of like when I used to get her those there was like those Raven and Beast Boy graphic novels that I got for her that she really liked at one point in time.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, this was I love to see a Raven comic on the stands for sure. I think she's a great character, super underused, and I think there's a definite audience for her with young girls out there. I think a lot of girls could resonate with this character.
Honestly, I think the more YA books that are out there, the better, right? Like get more comics in kids' hands, because Yeah, well, the industry needs it, and it's just good, right? Like comics are awesome, and they might not know it yet.
Yeah, but this one was dope. About her helping this kid out, and also kind of confronting her own fear with her father and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the Andrew MacLean Swamp Thing Constantine story?
Dude, I'm an Andrew MacLean fan, so I had a lot of fun with this. It was very simplistic, but like I was here for the artwork of Andrew, right? Like he's done work like Headlopper, probably most famous for. He just did recently, speaking of YA, did the Snarlagon story, which was like a very friendly, very kid friendly kaiju story. His artwork is just like it's so incredibly unique. It's very minimalistic. I love their approach, and it's very playful as well. So I had fun with this one. I like the fact that they got to play with the relationship with Swamp Thing and Constantine. If you know, you know, and Constantine definitely knows. So it was cool. I had a lot of fun with this one. And that's what this whole issue is about too. Like every single story is like, let's get in here, let's have some fun, let's tell a little story that's gonna whatever, gonna put a smile on your face.
Oh yeah, same dude. That's exactly how I felt about it, honestly. And it was cool. Like I thought the little twist with him figuring out like the antidote to the werewolves, as it were, and like growing it was dope. It was a cool little story invention for Swampy. Worked for me. Omega says I ended up getting Zatannic Panic after Nick and E's reviews for it. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Halloween anthologies are usually fun. Same dude, I love them. That's awesome that you guys are out there promoting that book and getting it in people's hands. Good stuff.
I mean, let's give the shout out. It was Nick's pick of the week. I mean, that's how strong it was. Like, yeah. And I remember I was in the chat with you guys, like
Nick was trying to be sneaky about it too. He was trying not to let us know it was his pick of the. I think Nick didn't want us to. He didn't want to let on how much he liked it. He was like, that book might low key be great, like or something like that.
Yeah.
Like early on in the week. So it was like,
well, I remember it was the first one that I messaged like, did you guys read this?
I started sending pictures in the chat. I was like, yo, this book is fucking legit. Like,
yeah.
Started sending pictures of that Batman art. I was like, this book is crazy.
Wild.
Yeah, man. Great experience. Pete knows what time it is.
There we go. Bro. Yes.
Listen, y'all driving home from work tomorrow or whatever, put the windows down, throw on Sledgehammer. You thank me later. Omega says the first couple of issues of the Author Immortal are going to be 32 page count. I'm most excited as that for a new series to follow. Yeah, dude. We're going to get to that one here in a minute, man. Yeah. Absolutely. We need an Ink and Insights karaoke night. I'm so down. Y'all are not ready for this. Y'all gonna get this work. Alcohol's got to be involved for me, but I'm there.
I'm just saying, watch out. Yeah, my go-to is going to be the Humpty dance. So prepare thyself.
Ooh, I gotta see that.
A do-rear,
I would love
a do-rip.
Oh no! You once got busy in the Burger King bathroom, my G. Let's go. Dude, I was just listening to that yesterday. I'm cutting the grass. Just yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I put on my backyard barbecue mix. That's on there. Dr. Wargod says, me too, Omega. I love having current ongoing books to mull over in my head throughout the month.
Yeah, big time.
Oh yeah. All right, so to close this issue out, what did we have? This what is this character's name? I forget. Hold on one second. Get it. It's Ambush Bug, who I've never ever heard of in the DC universe. And he's also in DCKO for a split second. I don't know if you caught that.
Not yet.
He makes a little cameo in that, but yeah. In the Haunted comic, this was cool to me because it was a cool, like, little, fourth wall breaking joint. I like, here, like this little bit with Superman where, he's the story's not all there, you know what I mean? And also the way they tied it together, all the disparate different stories, the way it brought it together here, and this being the final one, I thought that was really well done and a cool little bit that really made it sing towards the end. This one was like probably, the art on this one was kind of like my least favorite, I guess, comparatively, like looking at all of them. But the story was really fun, and I was glad that they brought it all
Yeah,
home.
there was some intentionality behind it as well too, which I appreciate here. It was, dare I say, the glue that binds it. If Simpleton were in the chat tonight, I would ask him what kind of glue he would use to bind that with. But we'll find out. We'll find out later once the man is ready to answer that kind of question.
Indeed, we will. Indeed, we will. Yeah. So Zatannic Panic, y'all, check it out. Killer Lee Bermejo cover there too.
Yes.
Yeah, great Halloween anthology though.
Yeah,
Pleasant
for sure.
surprise from DC. So shout out to let me get these editors, man. Oh, where did they go? Dang
Yeah,
it.
we don't talk about the DC editors enough, man. But there's
Hold on
a
one
lot
second.
of them
Let me
that
just got it right here. Give me one second. Sabrina Futch, Andrew Marino, and Michael McAllister. Shout out to all three of y'all. You guys did a great job on this book. Well done, y'all.
Bravo.
All right, moving on. Author Immortal, Omega. Here we are, bro. This one came up on my radar because my boy Robbie gave it his pick of the week this past week.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So
Nice. Okay.
that's how I came to it. So I went to the shop and grabbed me a copy and read it and really enjoyed it. I was intrigued because it has Morgan Beem on the artwork, and I had just read Dan Waters' Twilight Zone story last week, and Morgan was the artist there and did an incredible job. And this one, looking like it was going to be a creepy horror tinged tale, seemed right in my ballpark to begin with. And then really enjoyed Morgan's artwork. So I think she has a knack for that genre. Was not let down at all in that respect, and really enjoyed this tale, dude. What'd you think about this one? And how did you how'd this one get on your radar?
Omega is the reason that this got on my radar. This was one that's like,
hell yeah.
I think I was just scrolling through and I was just like, give me something to catch my attention, and nothing really caught my attention just based on the cover, the creators. Not to say that they're bad, they didn't grip me in any way. But Omega started talking about it, and I was like, okay, though. I mean, I trust that dude's opinion. Like, it must be legit. And sure enough, man, it absolutely was. There's a lot of ideas that they're playing with in this, a lot of them, and I hope that this is going to be something that has legs, because I want every single idea to be explored in this book. Like, we're talking about the damaged individual that's taking over the writer duties. Well, actually, let me back up here. Let me talk about what the book is about. So there is a J.K. Rowling type character, right, that has kind of taken over the estate of one of the writers that she was inspired by, and they're going to be continuing the works of that individual. So it's almost like if J.K. Rowling took on the Tolkien estate and was like, I'm going to write Lord of the Rings or something along those lines. She can't do it, though. Her name's tainted. There's too much bad publicity out there, and it's never going to have legs to go. So essentially, she's hiring a person to be the face of this book, where it's almost like the opposite of a ghostwriter. She is going to be the brains behind the operation. He's going to be the face of it. But what we find out is when the estate is purchased, there are things going on with the stories that are being told. There might be a livelihood of these stories. On top of that, there is a whole heck of a lot of damage with the individual that she has decided to kind of pull into the fray to be the face of this new project. Whole lot of bad stuff here, but he has a background with this writer that kind of makes him kind of the perfect person to be the face and be able to speak eloquently towards it. A lot of ideas, right? I'm very fascinated by the relationship aspect and the dynamic of who will be the face of this book and his I believe it's fiance at this point. I don't think his wife.
Yeah. Fiance, and like he's cheating on her, right? Like he's like on the way to this meeting, he's getting texts from his student like, see you for our meeting tonight, professor, and it's some girl like sending him inappropriate pictures, and he's like,
yeah. So there's really interesting things there. This individual definitely was in a relationship previously because they have a child, and this child obviously is growing up in a little bit of an interesting dynamic between parents, right? And an interesting time and place, in the world too. A lot of cool things to explore there. Here's the part that equal parts worries me and gets me really excited. I got vibes of the Picture of Everything Else from this book, the Dan Waters story. And it worries me because we never got the ending of that story. So I don't want to be accidentally putting a curse on this book.
I got Helen of Windhorn vibes.
A little bit of that too, right? Yeah, like but it's different in that same
Yeah.
way too. It's
Dark.
like yeah, it's almost as if like it's not like the magical world exists so much as the magical world is being manifested through the work of the stories that are being told. At least that's how I interpreted it, which
Yeah,
is
and it
what.
wants to slime you up and suck you down into its eternal netherworld or whatever the fuck it is.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Yeah, so it just gets me excited in those same ways that the picture of everything else did. So again, hopefully I'm not
Yeah.
cursing it, but obviously you already know we've talked about that book before. We have a love for it, and it's a shame that it didn't finish. This so much. There's so many things to explore on this, man, and I
Yeah.
wanted to
I love
have.
the horror. I love the horror aspect of it. I love the way the monsters look and these books like dripping this slime that's doing all these weird, it's
Well,
got
and
this portal
yeah,
to this other reality.
and the page that you're highlighting right there too. Let's give a shout out to Morgan Beam, because there's this great page flip, right? There's this juxtaposition because we transition from, I believe it was the father figure. I believe it was him looking into a mirror, and then we page turn and we get this scene here where there's this gooey thing, this monstrosity coming at them, and it's kind of mirroring one another. So it makes me, is this
Yeah, I think
foreshadowing?
it's like they're doing the bedtime story, and
Yeah,
then she lays down, and yeah, like he comes out of this, and he's like, he's in the mirror freaking out or whatever.
yeah, exactly.
It's a cool sequence. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling character definitely has some shit going on when she tries to type. Her hands start burning, and she's made this deal with the devil, and she's trying to
Yes, yeah.
finagle her way. She's trying to finagle her way around it or whatever. And I love the way like the creature kind of came out of the shadows and was like, "We know you're trying to scheme on us, bitch. You ain't slick. Like we know we're gonna get ours. We're gonna get our pound of flesh. Like you best believe." So that's I don't know. It's really cool and interesting to see, and I like the parallels with J.K. Rowling and all that stuff in the modern day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that I'm invested in this character and warts and all. But then they get back to the property and find the hidden room, find this woman, this looking like Nora Freeze
Oh,
in the wall.
well, and we should start with that as well. So what I had explained previously was kind of the greater part of the issue, but the issue starts with the writer, right? The estate that's being taken over, basically kind of giving an apology, kind of saying, trying to make recompense for something that has happened. We don't know what, and then kind of mysteriously passes away in a method that is very in line with some of the black gooiness that we see throughout the rest of the issue. And he's apologizing and speaking to this woman who is the kind of the Nora Freeze, I'm assuming a daughter, that is kind of trapped within this glass ice thing, whatever it may be. And then we bookend the issue with the family coming to the estate and finding that very same thing. So, great issue. Great issue. Great premiere issue too.
Really was. Really was. Yeah, so excited to see where it goes, especially with the end reveal here when they get sucked down into this alternate reality and meet this badass version of the daughter who was encased in the glass back in the room, the world they just left. So can't wait to see what's going on here.
Oh, that's an interesting thought too. So, what
Because
is
it's the
it like?
same name, right?
What it's the same name as his child, who, remember, because they correct him and they're like, I go by Al now, and then this was their previous name, right? Alethea. So, but that could play a part into it as well. Maybe there is a link between the characters. Again, so many things to explore, which is why this needs to be, if done right, if everything is up to the quality of this first issue, this needs a heck of a lot more than what we just get right here.
Oh yeah. Can't wait. This one was
Yes.
good though. Nice little surprise. And shout out Morgan Bean doing some great work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Last book of the night, y'all. Kaya, number 30. The end to the epic prison break arc that we have going on. And also the slugfest between Kaya and Jin and the dust settling on all that, dude. Incredible issue here once again. Like such a such a such a crazy arc, and it's really kind of sombered to where we end up here at the end of the issue and the direction we're moving forward in. But I did love these flashbacks here of Kaya kind of being the only one to stop her brother from crying when she holds him as a baby. You know, much to the chagrin of her bitch of a mom or stepmom or whoever that horrible woman was to her. God, she was awful. I loved like when and later on in the issue when you know she's holding the baby. Also, man, the things Wes is able to do here with like the little micro expressions on Kaya's face as she's holding her brother, just beautiful. It was crush me.
It was an emotional issue, man. It
Oh
really
man,
was. But
it
I
was
mean,
incredible.
let's be honest though. This mother, she's over here sleeping with Unk, right? Razel. We know what she's up to. So of course she's gonna be a little down and dirty, a little dastardly. So I'm not surprised at all that she looks at Kaya the way she does. We know what you're up
Yeah,
to.
yeah, seriously. But I like later on when Kaya hands her back and she's like, um, I forgot I got to go hunting with Kova, and she like walks out right away, and Jen starts crying again, and she's like, "Kaya, get back here, get back here."
Yeah.
Hilarious. Anyway, man, let's get into our fight, dude. Epic back and forth here. I love Wes's action. Kaya's trying to stop Jen from who is in this super animalistic Razel looking bestial form, right? Is trying to go after these robots, come hell or high water. And he doesn't care who's in his way. And if he does that, he's gonna, you know, get all these people killed. Kaya is trying to stop him from going across this bridge and letting that happen. And you know, he's trying to get to those creatures. So brother and sister have a knock down, drag him out fight, dude. Kaya takes some vicious hits from little bro here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. Crazy crazy back and forth between the two. Eventually she's able to stop him by dropping the freaking tower on top of him.
Dude.
That was nuts. Like you know, also I think I think she had the help with the fact that he was so ginormous and jacked up and stuff like that. He was starting to fade a little bit power wise, but she still incredible sequence here from Craig, man. This one
Well,
was what a
yeah.
page. Good
I love that
Lord.
there was like so much build up too, right? Because like it's not just they fight and she knows she has to drag this tower down. It's her begging and pleading and holding back during this fight because the last thing she wants to do is hurt her brother, right? All she's trying to do is to allow him to regain control over himself, and it's not happening, and it's not happening, and it's not happening, and this is like a means to an end, right? It was the last opportunity that she had, and that's the only reason that it plays out the way that it does. Because otherwise, you know that Kaya would never let that happen. And
Yeah.
that's what again, it's like it's an action-packed moment, but it's such a heartbreaking moment in the same way that the connectivity that they had at a younger age was so emotional. Now to see how close they can be and arguably need to be, and then to see them drawn apart this way,
Mm,
brutal stuff.
mm. Yeah, man. And then Rozelle, of course, takes this fucking moment when Jen's lying there on the ground to take this burden off of him, right? I can take it. I can take it to you, take it from you if you want me to, type shit. And you
That's a
know,
crock of shit.
it is, man. It's such a sneak move. Of
Yeah.
course, he's gonna make it then. Um, and he's gone with Jen and a poof, literally. I think Kyle looks over there and there's nothing but a smolder on the ground and smoke coming from it. So he's gone with Jen. And then, dude, we get one of the best spreads we've gotten in this book thus far. This is a piece of artwork I would love to own.
Could you
Look at
imagine?
that. It's just incredible as brother and sister go their separate ways moving forward. Kaya, who was that woman she's going to see who said, come and see me after you fulfilled your duty?
Oh
Uh,
shoot.
that we
I
see anyway. She does have a destination. She's going to a woman who basically said she would train her and you know take her in and stuff like that after she fulfilled her obligation. And now that that's done, I guess, or done in this form,
Yeah.
you know, with no hope of a reconciliation, she's gone. And yeah, just incredible page here from Wes, and just such a sad, tough end to the issue, man. And just
Yeah. Well,
just tough stakes, but I don't know, so much more engaged, that much more involved. And now I can't wait to see the road back to these two getting back together, and you know,
this is the end of Empire Strikes Back, right? Like,
exactly,
I mean,
right? Like, it's yes.
This is us ending on the
laid
down.
low.
Yeah,
laid
Jin
low.
has been encased in carbonite. He's been taken away by the Empire. The rebellion needs to scramble and find a way. Well, and hey, Kaya's already missing an arm, so she didn't even need to get her hand lopped off by Darth Vader. So I'm just saying, there's things to work with there. I wanted to shout out this, though, because Dr. Wargod says, can Kaya be jumped into, or does it need to be read from the beginning? I would say that you want to read it from the beginning, which can sound daunting because this is issue 30, right? Yeah, we're 30 issues in.
It'll take you an afternoon, dude.
It would take you an afternoon, man. And that doesn't mean that this is something to take lightly either, though.
It's a fast read.
It's a fast read. It's a very worthwhile read, though. So get the trades, get it in whatever form you can. It's been something that many comic book YouTube reviewers have talked about consistently, us included. It's incredible. You will enjoy this. I think that this book is for honestly everyone. I don't think there's a person that would.
And all ages comic that has stakes that you're going to be invested in and emotional about one way or the other. And Wes's art is dope. There's all sorts of callbacks to I see Kirby everywhere in that. That's what I love most about it. But also Jason Wordie on the colors here is just doing incredible work. So hell of a job by the creative team. This book just continues to sing and pull at our heartstrings, and we got 20 issues left, so we're over the halfway mark. And man, can't wait to see where we go from here. So Kaya, hell yeah, dude, we're looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it, man. We're always trying to talk about this book and get people on it. So this was another book that I wasn't into early on. It was Manny who was first really a champion of this book and wanted to read it for a show. I read it, started reading it then, and I've been hooked on it then. And constantly having these guys champion it, and we bullied Nick into it, and man. So we definitely recommend it. It is worth your time.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for our books of the evening, man. I didn't know if we were gonna get the show done in under 2 hours. We were going there at the beginning, but here we are, our last segment of the night. Oh, dude. What?
Yes. Let's go ahead and talk Comics of Futures Past here for October 1st. In this particular year is 2014. The issue that we're going to talk over is Captain America Volume 7, issue number 25. Now, what is special about this issue? This is the handing off of the baton. So there's a lot of things that Rick Remender had been exploring and working with the character of Captain America during his tenure on the title. And he wanted to do things that were very different because he basically had taken over on the heels of Ed Brubaker finishing his epic time with Captain America, redefining the character and the landscape of Captain America. Rick Remender said, okay, well, I can't do that, right? I can't try to compare myself with that. So what do? I got to go different, right? So he turns it basically into a sci-fi title. Steve Rogers is in Dimension Z. There's a lot of interaction with Armin Zola, right? That fight, he basically takes on this adopted son. We flash forward 25 issues. Steve has been de-aged, right? He basically made a sacrifice that a villain basically kind of like sucked out the super soldier serum from his body, right? It re-aged him, kind of made him, back into the character that he was. That character, luckily, through the feat of the Avengers, this adopted son who has now been aged up because they were in Dimension Z for decades. They all, and I should say the Falcon, all of them kind of do battle. They best the villain. But Captain America can't be Captain America anymore. Steve Rogers can't take on the mantle anymore. He's an old man. He's fragile. He just can't do it. This issue is a slower issue. It's not an action-packed issue whatsoever. It is really an end cap for this series, but it is the handing off of the baton from one Steve Rogers to Sam Wilson taking on the mantle of Captain America. This is where you see it for the very first time, and this really kicks off a new era for Captain America that we're still seeing influenced right here and right now within the MCU. The other cool thing, though, is that child that Steve Rogers had kind of taken on as his adopted son becomes the partner of the new Captain America too.
And then we get that, and then we get him getting the next arc with Stuart Eminem on the artwork, and Baron Blood, the Nazi vampire. Oh my god, dude.
It's such a good time. You already know if you've watched 30 seconds of any of our shows, you know that we love Rick Remender around here. This was fantastic. This is so, again, like I don't know. It's so hard to pick some of his best big two work because I feel like they're all just bangers. I feel like every single one is like just as incredible. Good as the next.
Captain America, his Venom run is one of my favorites with Flash Thompson as Agent Venom. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Uncanny X-Force.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you name it, dude.
Yeah. So many good things here. But again, 2014, Captain America 25, pivotal, landmark, key issue. Check it out if you haven't already, but really don't start here. Read the entire run and then jump yourself into the all new Captain America where Sam Wilson takes off properly. It's a really great ride, man. It's a really incredible. Fun story.
So good. Definitely recommend that. Great pick, dude. Hell yeah. All right, let's get to our covers of the week, bro. Lead us off.
Dude, there is not a week that has gone by that one of us have not highlighted David Aja's incredible variant covers here. I had to go with Batman issue number 2, spotlighting Tim Drake as our Robin character, the stark whiteness of the background here. It makes me wonder, and I don't think that there's any way they could be connecting covers with the diagonal buildings there. I don't think that they would line up, but they would look so good, just one after another, right? Like displayed somewhere. These are like the variant covers that you want to do something like that with. So he's going to get some shout outs until he stops doing these, basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We talked about it earlier. Department of Truth. This is the Andrew Robinson variant. Andrew Robinson is just awesome. Like, if you don't know, like, educate yourself, go out, check out his IG, look at his artwork. Really, really great artist. He did a really fantastic Beatles book. It's probably a decade ago at this point. It feels like yesterday. That was not a Beatles pun, by the way, but if you like it, then you can go ahead and say it was. But he did awesome banger cover for Department of Truth here. Again, I talked about the Elvis Presley character, right? The idea really being showcased in a big bad way here.
You fucker. I was going to get this one.
We talked about gadgets, and I knew you're going to be pissed at me. The Jorge Jimenez Bat Gadget.
This is so good, too. It's
just sick,
so well
dude.
Done. It's
the
so
coffee
well
stains,
done.
dude. Or, whatever. Do you think Batman drinks coffee? Or do you think he has some kind of like, he must have some like formulated drink that like has healthy purposes and like cuts down on the caffeine but keeps him going. Whatever it is, there's a stain on that blueprint from whatever it is he's drinking while he's coming up with these bad gadgets. And I love that little touch that he puts in there.
That's awesome.
And last but definitely not least, Javier Rodriguez, the guy that was behind freaking books like, Zatanna recently, like just taking on the character of, something is killing the children here. Stark background here with that bright blue with the character jumping out here. I've never read a single issue of this book. I've never bought a single issue of this book. This variant makes me kind of say like, oh, should I just cover grab something?
That's sick.
Yeah.
That one's super sick.
Yeah.
I love the virgin look to it too.
I normally don't like virgin covers, but this one, I'm just like, yeah, take all the letters away. Nobody needs that. Just show Javier Rodriguez's artwork.
Oh yeah, good picks, dude.
Thank you. Let's see what you got.
Julian Totino Tedesco, dude. I'm gonna put like probably every cover he does for this freaking Batman series on here, but he's doing he's doing the variants, and this one is just incredible. His first one, his issue 1 was incredible, and this one is no different, man. Robin getting in a scuffle. Just I love the way your eyes move around the page. Love the flow to it, and just great poses.
Yeah, he does banger
Incredible
covers
stuff.
all the time, man.
He never misses, man.
No,
Really doesn't.
Dude, he did a Spider-Man. Sorry, I'm going off.
No,
on
you're
a
good.
here. I think it was that Marvel 1000 issue or something like that. He did a Spider-Man 1-pager written by Brad Meltzer that is just like absolutely fantastic. It's
Oh shit,
so
I gotta check that out. Where was it in?
I think it was that Marvel 1000 issue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I have that.
Yeah, it was like a 1-pager, right? And it's all about Peter Parker saving this pregnant woman, and she names her child after Spider-Man. Really cool, really cool. It makes me, dude, if we can get Tedesco on interiors some way, somehow,
Oh, God,
I would do terrible, awful things to get my hands on that book.
wow, that's quite the statement.
It's a true one.
Do you want to elaborate on that, or?
Well, no, because I want to see if they put the book out first, and then I'll decide on what terrible things I'm.
If you're gonna sell your soul to Cebulski, or
it's on the table. I'm not going to say no.
Or Marie Javins, one of the two. Mattia de Iluis. I still don't know how to pronounce that poor man's last name, but just the guy who did that killer arc in Absolute Wonder Woman with Prometheus, but here doing to me one of the best Absolute Superman covers I've seen. This one really, I think, perfectly captures the rage, and like I was saying, the kind of like scariness. Like, is this dude gonna solar flare out and like wipe out a third of the planet or the northern hemisphere? Like, I don't know. So I like this one.
Luckily, we got Saul keeping him cool, though. Keeping him
Saul.
collected.
Thank God for Saul. Thank God for Saul. Dude, Andrea Sorrentino doing Spider-Man Noir. Yes, please.
That's like wild.
This is a no-brainer. There was another really dope one from, I forget who it was, that I almost had on here as well. But yeah, Spider-Man Noir had a couple great covers. Eric Larson is writing this one, so I wonder how it'll be. I like this concept and this character, but none of the stories have really ever connected with me.
Yeah, I'm very much of the same ilk. Like the largest connection I have is Nicolas Cage from the Spider-Verse movies. Like, if I'm just being honest.
Yeah. We got Brother Joe in the building. Station, what is up? Good to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming through and saying hello. Love you, bro, Joe. All right, moving on. What else we got? Oh, dude, Philip Tan doing this boss ass Ultimate Wolverine cover.
I was this close to choosing this one too, man.
Yeah, this one's just great. It's just great. Just love it. Philip Tan's a boss, and this cover is just badass. So had to throw that one on there. I've really been loving these Jorge Corona JSA variants, and I wanted to include a couple of them just to example. This is the one out this week, our old Jay Garrick Flash, but these have been really dope.
This week, like today?
Yeah, I mean this past week. Sorry.
Oh, okay, I was like, "Are you cheater?"
No, this past week the JSA book's still going down, but this was from a couple weeks before that, Dr. Fate, and then this is my favorite one here. He did Ted Grant. That's badass. So,
dude, can we go back and forth between Wildcat and Dr. Fate? Look at the splatter that's being used, right? The blood splatter on the and around the energy, right, to emulate that Kirby Crackle feeling. Oh man, I love that. Bro. I love that. That's just a toothbrush, just flicking paint on the page.
It's been so good. I love the grittiness of this one. But yeah, fantastic. So I just want to see more Jorge doing DC characters, whatever it is. But these have been fantastic. I included the Hawkman one in one of my covers of the week a couple weeks ago. So shout out to him.
Hell yeah.
But that'll do it for us tonight, dude. What are you looking forward to talking about next week, man?
This week is the top end is legit. It is very legit. We got the Return of the Sacrificers Again, we're talking about Rick Remender, Max Fiumara on there. Pidgey
I'm so
fighting
hyped for that.
the gods. Oh my god, that might be one of the first issues that I dive into right after we peace
You
out
ain't gonna
here.
call him Pidgey to his face, are you? I bet you ain't
Heck
calling
no.
Pidgey to his face. No, that's Mr.
Put
Pigeon to you.
some respect on that name. The Power Fantasy, you already know. I already hyped it up earlier this, earlier tonight. You know what? Screw it. I'll do it again. Everybody, buy Power Fantasy. If you love X-Men,
Yes, great call.
you are going to realize that this is what X-Men is afraid to do, right? That is the quality of this book, man. It is
one of the best superhero sagas of the year, straight up.
It is. It just straight up is, man. It's so good. Like those are the standouts for me. Punisher, because it's always Panosian time around here. The homeboy is on interiors yet again. How does that not get you excited? We've been shouting out his cover work forever. He's back on interiors, man. We get a cover on every single page. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm here for it. Those would be my top 3 that I'm excited for, man. What about you, though?
Absolute Batman is definitely up there. Number 13, Absolute Catwoman introduction. And
what cover do you plan on getting? Just out of curiosity.
Story. I'm just getting Jagoda. I ain't getting
You're not diving in. You're not falling for the thirst trap.
Hold on, let me look and see.
You're like, well, maybe.
The Archer is fire. I don't like the Frizen. I'm not a Frizen guy. Not a Frizen guy. I don't know. There's something about the Frizen aesthetic that just doesn't hit for me. There's a lot of like thirst trap covers. None of these are appealing to me. Mark Brooks did a fire one. That's like a web store variant, though.
Yeah, I saw that Brooks one. I was just like, holy cow. She arguably looks a little bit too friendly, though.
She looks way too friendly. That's so true.
Selena's got to have a little bit of kick to her, you know.
Absolute Catwoman needs to have a little less sexy, little more edge. So definitely looking forward to that one. Transformers, looking forward to Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora's issue number. The first issue on that taking over. Obviously DCKO is going to be a big one. Superman, Kryptonite Spectrum number 3. I have already read is incredible, and I can't wait to where we're going in issue 4. Batman Dark Patterns number 11, also read, incredible. Looking forward to that one. Power Fantasy, y'all read Power Fantasy. Fantasy number 12 was crazy reveal with finding out about Etienne, the true nature of not who Etienne is, but what Etienne is. Was
good.
Wild.
Nice little trick.
Yeah, you like that? And then Everything Dead and Dying, number 2, man. I'm really hyped for that one. Number 1 was great.
Yeah.
So, and good God, that cover A by it's just one of the best of the year. It's like a zombie line and these flowers looking all daydream. It's just hauntingly beautiful. So looking forward to all those books. So many bangers, dude. Ultimate Black Panther number 21 is upon us already.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're not waiting. Dude, that book has been on schedule, on time, consistent writing all throughout the entirety. When we got artists that pitch hit, I gotta say, Stefano Caselli and Carlos Nieto, great team up, man. Because there's times where they switch off, and you're just like, and you would not be any the wiser. You just be like, oh, it's just a great experience every single issue.
That's awesome. Oh yeah. So many bangers, dude. Can't wait to get through them and talk about them next week with you, man.
Oh yeah.
But as always, you guys can find us on Patreon. Oh, we got Brandon in the building. What up? You can
look at this smooth talking motherfucker right
tomorrow
here.
9 I'll be over there at 9 p.m. Eastern talking Jeepers Creepers, y'all. A classic in my book. Love that movie. So catch me over there on Bloodsplattered Chatter tomorrow night. But yeah, you can find us at patreon.com/insights. You can find me at Dr. Doom's Fan Club on IG and YouTube. He's at 9 Panel Grid, the number 9 on YouTube, 9 spelled out on Insta, and Nick is at Comic Culture at Nick_comic_culture on IG. Anything you want to say or promote or talk to the people about? Do you have I should have got those C3 promos.
I absolutely do.
See,
bear with me.
Much more organized.
Bear with me.
Yeah. I just while he's pulling those up, not the very last week of the month, but in the 20s, our shows on the 21st and the 22nd across notes from the editors and Ink and Insights. We're going to be doing our C3 shows. We're going to be trying to raise money, as much money as we can, for Comics Curing Cancer. The fellows over there, Rob's Fat Stacks, DJ Links, Mark from Legion of Comics, run incredible drive every year. They got a booth at Heroes that we went and visited and supported already back in June. So we wanted to be a part of Comics Curing Cancer this year, and so we reached out to them, and we're going to do our part that Tuesday and Wednesday. E, you want to talk it away and take it away and talk about all these amazing prize bundles and stuff we got for the people?
Yes, it is going to be a fantastic time. It's a 2-night event, just like every single one of these Ink and Insight shows are. But this is, again, for a great cause. It's more than just comics. It's Comics Curing Cancer, right? So get your donations in, get them in early. We're going to put an IG post out there giving you instructions, but I'll give you a clue for right here and right now. Get your $25 donations into the American Cancer Society. Make sure that you choose Comics Curing Cancer. Take a little screenshot of the receipt there. Give us the proof. If you give us the proof, you're going to be eligible to put your name on the wheel. We're going to be spinning for prizes. Guys, there are a ton of prizes. Dr. Wargod, you were talking about, do you need to catch up on Kaya to be able to enjoy this story? I said, yes, you do. Guess what? Maybe, just maybe, we have a Kaya catch-up package as part of our giveaways here. Maybe that's part of it. Sick. I'm not even kidding. We are going to be spinning this wheel like maniacs. So get yourself ready. Get your proof in. We have a lot of fun to be had on these 2 nights. A lot of prizes, a lot of comics. And again, most importantly, it's for a great cause. So be part of the solution. Let's kick cancer.
Yeah, you can get on the board as much as you want, y'all. $25 a pop. So just send us that proof, and
yep,
we'll get your name on that board and get you all squared away. But if you guys support us coming through, spending time with us, if you got $25, you can donate it towards this cause. We would really appreciate it. These guys do incredible work every year. I think all of us have had our lives touched by cancer in some way, shape, or form, unfortunately. That's just the world we live in these days. I feel like it's in everything: the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink. It's an affliction that affects us all, and something that we all need to be conscious of and aware of, with our own health and lifestyle. So something we want to bring to the forefront and highlight. And I know I've had people in my life affected by it. So it's something I definitely want to support, and we would appreciate if you guys could, find the dollars and also have the chance to win some incredible books and cool prize packages in the process. So
yep.
That will be coming up later this month. So be on the lookout, and we will be hitting y'all with more information across the socials, Patreon, IG, YouTube, all going to have posts on there. So you can keep up with it. So yeah. That will be it for us this time, gang. Again, thank you all for coming through and supporting us as always. Appreciate you all in the chat. Vern, good to see you, brother. Yeah, man, it is a great cause. Absolutely. Yep. Dr. Wargod, bro, thank you for coming through and spending the whole night with us, man. Start to finish, it was awesome to see you. Appreciate you being in the building and being such an active part of the chat, dude. That was awesome. Omega, Rooster, Pete, Bob, all you other guys, Fizzo, who else am I missing? Brother Joe. Thank you guys all for coming through and being part of this show again with us every week, man. We love y'all. Hope y'all are doing well, taking care of yourselves out there, enjoying spooky season, man. I hope y'all watching a scary movie or something like that. But until next week, y'all, stay tuned.